Hello, dear followers of our channel. Welcome once again. Today we are going to talk about something that is causing a lot of stir on social media and on the streets of Istanbul, the mysterious situation of Sara and Can Yaman. Recently, the silence of this famous couple has sparked a wave of speculations. It all started a few days ago when Sara, during an informal conversation with her closest friends, let slip an enigmatic phrase, "I'm going through an important moment in my life." Although it sounded personal, her followers quickly connected that statement with pregnancy rumors. Sara's words, so carefully chosen, hinted at something but never confirmed it. For his part, Can Yaman did not stay behind. He posted a message on his social media that seemed to coincide with what his partner had said, "I'm beginning a new phase in my life." This comment further opened the door to all sorts of interpretations. Fans, excited but also worried, began to theorize about what could be happening. What seemed like an innocent message turned into a sea of unanswered questions. Is Sara expecting a baby? Although neither of them has confirmed it, everything seems to point to yes. But the silence has only fueled further speculation. The rumors continue, and social media continues to bear witness to the growing tension between the expectations of their followers and the lack of clear answers. In recent days, Sara has shared photos where her face shows a deep calm, almost unusual. Moreover, her presence at public events has decreased considerably. Can Yaman, for his part, has continued to post cryptic messages, leaving his fans with more questions than answers. The pregnancy rumors have only grown, but some suggest that this news, if true, will be revealed in a more private moment. However, the press does not stop. Entertainment magazines are full of theories, some more sensible than others. Some believe Can is protecting Sara from media pressure, while others think she simply isn't ready to share this chapter of her life. Despite the growing speculation, the only thing clear is that for now, there will be no official confirmation. Instead, the indirect messages and carefully selected photos continue to keep everyone on the edge of their seats. In short, although we don't have all the answers, one thing is certain: the followers of this couple are paying attention to every move, eagerly waiting for the moment when the truth will finally be revealed. Will this be a new beginning for them? Only time will tell. And that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on more news like this. Recently, so many falsehoods have been said about Demet that it's becoming hard to distinguish the real from the fabricated. It seems we're no longer talking about a flesh and blood woman, but about a character manipulated at the whim of those who live off scandal and sensationalism. Every day, a new rumor surfaces, an absurd story, a lie disguised as news. And all this, for what? What they are doing to her feels profoundly unfair. Every time her name is mentioned alongside Can Yaman's, old tales resurface, senseless theories, baseless assumptions, that they are married, that they reconciled in secret, that there's a pregnancy involved. Does anyone really believe all that? Or do we prefer to keep feeding a fantasy without considering the harm it can cause? Demet doesn't need to go out and explain every single thing that's said about her. She has no obligation to confirm or deny what others invent. Yet, they keep using her as if she were a pawn, an excuse to shape empty headlines. They've even hinted that she's behind certain rumors, like Sara's supposed pregnancy. But come on, how far does this disrespect go? I've seen her mature, grow amid the noise, make brave decisions, even distancing herself from environments that offered her nothing. If today she doesn't share a path with Can, it's not due to a lack of affection or cowardice, but because she learned to prioritize herself. While others remain trapped in relationships that drain them, she chose to move forward, with discretion and without using anyone as a stepping stone. It would be easy to enter that media game, respond, provoke scandals, sow doubts, but she doesn't fall for that. And in a world so saturated with empty controversies, her silence is an act of integrity. Let no one be mistaken. Silence is not giving up. It's choosing wisely when to speak and when not to. It's the response of someone who has already spoken with actions and doesn't need to justify every step. Demet has had to deal with a system that still prefers women who are decorative, docile, and moldable. But she doesn't fit that mold. She doesn't sell out. She doesn't bend. She's human, yes, with flaws and virtues, but she's always shown consistency, effort, and deep respect for those who follow her. And that's more than many can offer. That's why it bothers me so much when she's blamed for the steps Can takes, as if her worth depended on him. as if she couldn't shine on her own. But her light is undeniable, and she proves it day after day, even when she decides not to respond to those who provoke her. For me, Demet is no longer part of that superficial world that feeds off morbid gossip. She's in a different place, one higher, more dignified. And those who continue to try to drag her through the mud, all they manage to do is show their own smallness, because she doesn't need to justify anything anymore. Her actions, her silences, her presence, they speak for themselves. And if she ever decides to speak, she will do so with the same clarity and authenticity she has always expressed. Until then, I can only say that my admiration for her has only grown. Not because she's a celebrity, but because she's a woman who has learned to walk tall, even when the world wanted to see her fall. In an era where scandal is rewarded, she chose serenity, and that choice to me is worth more than 1,000 statements.